You stand at the edge of your own chaos, torn between the noise of the world and the silence of your becoming. They told you to chase approval, to lose yourself in the swarm, but you were not born to be swallowed. Within you lies a force unshaken by opinion, undistracted by the crowd, the power to focus on yourself. This is no act of selfishness, it is survival, it is revolution. The world will tempt you to scatter, but greatness begins when you gather yourself. Not to please others, not to fit in, but to rise alone, fierce, free, and fully formed. If you truly seek to rise above the noise, then carve these into your mind, not as suggestions, but as laws for your becoming. Number 1. Break away from the herd. The herd moves in comfort, blind, obedient, intoxicated by sameness. It does not ask why. It does not seek beyond the fence. It fears the unknown, and so it calls it dangerous. Praises mediocrity, and so it calls it wisdom. The herd lives not to thrive, but to be safe. Safety is its religion. But to the individual with fire in the soul, this safety is a cage, and the bars are built from compromise. The herd survives by imitation. You are not here to imitate. You are here to become. Becoming is not a collective ritual. It is violent. It is solitary. You will not be carried by a wave of agreement. You will be dragged by your will through storms of doubt. To break away is not to rebel for the sake of noise. It is to rise in silence, with clarity sharper than steel. The herd believes you exist to conform, to fit into its soft prison of routines, opinions, and borrowed identities. But you, if you are to live as more than a whisper, must sever the leash. You must abandon the comfort of applause and walk alone, where your shadow becomes your only companion, and your voice echoes back with terrifying honesty. The herd clings to structure because it fears freedom. Real freedom means responsibility. It means knowing that your failure is your own, your pain is yours alone, and no one will rescue you from the consequences of being truly alive. But in that burden lies glory. In that solitude, power. When you no longer rely on the herd's map, you begin to draw your own. And only then do you realize they were not following truth, they were following each other. To break away is to offend. To choose yourself is to invite judgment. You will be called arrogant, cold, mad. But understand this, their insults are confessions. They hate what they cannot control. They fear what they cannot become. Your independence threatens the illusion they have married. You stand as a reminder that freedom is possible, and that truth is not democratic. Number 2. Isolation is the forge of strength. Strength does not grow in crowds. It is not sculpted in applause or fed by admiration. True strength is born in silence, where no eyes see you, no hands applaud you, and no voice praises you. It is in isolation that the soul ceases to pretend. It drops the mask. It confronts itself, not as a reflection in the mirror, but as a creature of raw instinct, burning will, and untamed hunger. The world fears solitude because it demands truth. When the noise dies, all that remains is you. The distractions fall away. The excuses fade. And what stands there, trembling, is your naked being, stripped of validation, stripped of role, stripped of comfort. This confrontation either breaks a man, or builds one capable of bending reality. In isolation, the illusions die. The titles vanish. The myths collapse. You are no longer the student, the worker, the citizen, the obedient follower of roles written by others. You are not what they called you. You are only what you choose to become when no one is watching. This is the forge. This is the fire that burns away the weak metal of imitation. This is where the steel of identity is hammered into form. Do not mistake loneliness for weakness. Only the unformed crumble in solitude. But the one who endures it, who welcomes it, who drinks it like bitter wine, becomes something unshakable. He learns to speak without needing to be heard, to act without needing to be seen, to build without needing applause. And in that self-contained furnace, power begins to grow. Not the power over others, but the mastery of one's own chaos. You must retreat not to escape the world, but to stop being shaped by it. Step outside the arena of approval. Let go of their timelines, their values, their noise. Only in this withdrawal can you begin the deeper work. The world teaches you how to follow. Isolation teaches you how to rule yourself. And until you master your own will, your strength is a mask worn by a hollow face. Do not seek the crowd when your soul aches. Go inward. Go deeper. Build your walls high and thick. Not to hide, but to concentrate. Let your thoughts echo against stone. Let your fears crawl out of the cracks. Let your dreams speak in the silence. Every great work, every real transformation, was born in the shadows, not under the lights. The seed does not bloom in the sun. It decays and transforms underground, in the dark, where no one claps. Your time alone is not wasted. It is the sacred fire where distraction dies and discipline is born. No one can give you the throne. You must craft it with your own hands, with your own suffering. No mentor, no crowd, no friend can walk that inner path. They may speak of strength, but only you can make it real through sacrifice and silence. 3. Reject validation. Embrace self-truth. You were not born to be measured. Not by their numbers, not by their likes, not by their applause. Every time you seek their validation, you hand them your spine. You become a reflection, hollow, shifting, obedient. You dress in borrowed pride and walk in chains forged by opinion. You may shine under their approval, but that light is not yours. It vanishes the moment you displease them, and so you are forced to perform again and again and again until your soul forgets its own voice. Validation is a drug for the weak-willed. Sweet, addictive, and fatal. It offers you warmth, but at the price of your fire. It gives you comfort, but steals your edge. The man who lives for approval is forever afraid. Afraid of rejection, of silence, of standing alone. He becomes a puppet, twitching for claps, dancing to expectations. He trades his truth for applause, his vision for popularity. And in the end, he is praised by all, but known by none, not even himself. The world will offer you titles, applause, compliments, if you just play along. If you say what they like. If you kneel to their gods. But this is a death with a smile. You must be willing to be hated for your truth. You must be willing to walk in silence rather than march in lies. There is no greatness in being liked by everyone. There is only compromise, only dilution, only the slow suffocation of the self. To reject validation is to declare war on illusion. It is to say, I will not dress myself in their approval. I will not measure my worth by the noise of the crowd. I will speak what is mine, even if it offends. I will walk my path even if it is empty. I will be what I am, not what they accept. This is not arrogance, it is liberation. It is tearing down the masks until only the raw self remains. Do not bend to be accepted. Rise to be seen. Do not soften your truth to make others comfortable. Harden your spine and let your voice break their illusions. They will not understand you. They are not meant to. They were trained to follow, you are called to lead. They were taught to please, you are born to become. The man who lives by truth is feared by the masses and followed by the few, but those few are real. And more importantly, he is real. That is the rarest thing in a world that rewards masks. Your self-truth is not a marketing tool. It is not a brand. It is a weapon, a flame, a declaration. Let it burn everything false within you. Let it blind everything false around you. Let it roar even if no one claps. Number 4. Mastery demands ruthless discipline. Mastery is not a gift. It is not found. It is forged. And the hammer is discipline, ruthless, relentless, merciless discipline. Not the kind that waits for motivation, not the kind that needs applause, but the kind that bleeds for a future only the visionary can see. You do not stumble into greatness. You claw toward it, inch by inch, while the world sleeps, while the weak complain, while the distracted chase pleasure. Mastery is earned in private and revealed in silence. You cannot bargain with it. You cannot charm it. You cannot wish your way into excellence. The gods of mastery demand sacrifice, sleep, comfort, distraction, the approval of the herd. These must be laid on the altar without hesitation. To become what others are not, you must do what others will not. You must choose the grind when they choose ease. You must walk through fire while they wait for the sun. Ask ChatGPT. The path is narrow, brutal, and thankless. No one will cheer you on in the beginning. No one will believe in the process but you. They will laugh, they will doubt, they will call you obsessed. Good. Obsession is the beginning of mastery. The undisciplined call it madness because they cannot fathom what it means to give your entire being to one purpose. They do not understand that mastery is not about talent. It is about hunger, and that hunger must be fed with discipline every single day. Discipline is not glamorous. It is repetition in the dark. It is training when you're tired. It is doing the work again and again and again until your very breath moves with precision. There are no shortcuts. There is only the slow, brutal refinement of self through will. Those who look for balance will never know mastery. Those who seek comfort will never hold greatness. The master is not balanced, he is focused. He does not wander. He locks his gaze and moves forward with violent intention. To master anything, you must first master yourself. Your moods are irrelevant. Your feelings are not facts. The world does not care how tired you are. The mountain does not move for your doubt. Your excuses are your chains, and discipline is the blade. Cut them. Burn them. Discipline is the ultimate rebellion in a world addicted to comfort. It is the declaration that you will not be ruled by weakness, that you will not be seduced by ease. You must train your mind to obey. You must kill the part of you that hesitates, that negotiates with pain, that delays, that distracts. Mastery begins when discipline becomes your default. When waking up early is no longer a struggle, but a ritual. When pushing through fatigue is no longer a question, but a law. When excellence is not an act, but your identity. That is when the shift happens. That is when the world starts to bend to your will, not because it chose you, but because you earned it. Number 5. Let silence shape your power. Do not fear silence. It is the womb of transformation. In the age of noise, silence is rebellion. In a world addicted to speaking, reacting, boasting, and proving, silence is strength. While they shout to be seen, you withdraw to become. While they race to be known, you vanish to be forged. Power does not scream, it hums. Real force does not beg for attention. It waits in stillness, coiled and patient. You are not meant to exhaust your energy explaining yourself. You are not here to announce your every move. Speak less. Do more. Let your silence become the chamber where your future self is born. The strongest rivers do not make the most noise, they cut through mountains. What is loud is often hollow. What is quiet is often unstoppable. The true rise happens unseen. Silence teaches what words never can. It strips you of illusion, distraction, and vanity. In silence, you come face to face with your inner chaos, your doubts, your fears, your lies. There is nowhere to run, no one to impress. Just you and the raw truth. Most flee from this. They numb themselves with entertainment, validation, endless chatter. But the one who endures silence becomes invincible, because he no longer needs noise to feel real. Silence is not absence. It is presence intensified. In it, your mind sharpens. Your vision clears. You begin to hear your own voice, not the echo of others. In the quiet, you remember who you were before the world told you what to be. And that remembrance is dangerous. It is the root of all power. The man who knows himself cannot be ruled. The man who is comfortable in silence cannot be manipulated. Your power does not need to be announced. Let your growth be private. Let your pain be processed in the dark. Let your victories come without warning. Do not waste your fire trying to convince the world you are burning. Let them think you are quiet, small, ordinary until they feel the heat. Until they see what silence was hiding. Until they realize the storm was building where no one was looking. The loud man reacts. The silent man watches, absorbs, calculates. He is not passive, he is precise. He does not flinch at provocation because he sees beyond it. He does not rush to answer because he understands the weight of words. In silence, he becomes the master of himself. And once you master yourself, you cannot be broken. Let silence refine your thoughts. Let it filter the useless. Let it turn noise into clarity. Those who shout are often lost. Those who whisper to themselves in solitude are crafting revolutions. Do not be eager to respond, to defend, to prove. Let your work speak. Let your results roar. Let your presence carry the weight of discipline earned in quiet places. Number 6. Become the architect of your becoming. You were not born complete. You were born capable. You are not a finished structure, you are raw material. The bricks lie scattered, the foundation unseen, the shape of your future uncertain. And yet the tools are in your hands. No God will build it for you. No crowd will draw your blueprints. You must become the architect of your becoming. You must raise yourself from dust with bloody hands and unshakable will. The world will hand you ready-made identities. It will try to clothe you in its expectations, tie you to its labels, limit you with its mediocre definitions of success. Tear them off. Destroy their maps. You are not a role to be played, you are a force to be forged. Do not ask who you are, ask who you are willing to become, and then start building, piece by piece, in silence, in fire, in solitude. Becoming is not a gentle process. It is demolition. It is refusing to accept what was handed to you and choosing instead to construct something that never existed before. You will have to kill parts of yourself, old habits, small thoughts, borrowed beliefs. You will have to endure the collapse of comfort. But the ruin of the false is the birthplace of the real. Do not wait for clarity. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Lay the first stone with trembling hands if you must. Action reveals architecture. You shape your future by chiseling away at the present. Do not ask for guidance from those who never built anything real. Listen only to the voice within, the voice that dares, that dreams, that demands more. Your becoming is not a path, it is a construction site. It is not found, it is built. Brick by brick, habit by habit, choice by choice. Most avoid this work because it does not offer instant reward. It offers resistance, pain, delay. But it also offers power, power that no one can give you and no one can take away. The world fears the one who built himself. They cannot threaten what they did not create. Be ruthless with your potential. Do not protect the parts of you that are keeping you small. If it weakens you, tear it out. If it distracts you, discard it. If it delays you, destroy it. The architect is not sentimental, he is precise. He does not worship the rubble. He clears it to make room for strength. You must become intentional with your time, deliberate with your energy, fierce with your standards. Do not drift. Do not adapt to weakness. Shape yourself with purpose. Speak less of your dreams and act more like someone possessed by them. The world does not believe in your potential until you've already proven it, but you do not build for belief. You build because you must.